Our last finisher. Good job. Way to go, man.
It was actually just a part of training this year, coming out with Leanna here, and she invited me up to do a little training, do a little racing actually, and unfortunately had a little run around getting to the race course, so had a very minimal swim warm up, but the water is beautiful temperature. I'm down from the States in Oklahoma, so we have boiling water comparatively. So I had a wonderful swim, got out in the first three. Again, thing with the ride, first going back and forth with 1 and 2. And the local racer Alex, he and I were together till about the 3K mark on the run, and then I was able to put a little distance between us and come in for the win.
So being from Oklahoma, how's the terrain differ from here? Is there any big difference?
Terrain's fairly similar. Again, it's just the climate. It's absolutely fantastic to race here. So when you're out there on the frying pan every day, coming here is just an absolute pleasure.
Now, Leanna, this is another win for you here. I know we last talked, I can't remember what race it was, but take us through your day today.
Well, I think my swim this time around was a little bit better. I'm not so great with the shallow water starts, but I think I handled it a lot better. I got gapped a little bit, but kind of held my own. So I think I was maybe fifth or sixth maybe coming out of the water. And same for the bike. I just tried to bridge up, and I think I made up some time on a couple of the guys, so that was good. So I think I came off the bike in 5th place maybe, and lost one spot on the run, but I thought it was a gorgeous run course, mostly all on trails, lots of up and down, uphill. So yeah, all around a great venue. This is my first time racing here at Lakeside.
So tell us about your overall season so far. I know you're building up to things and aspiring to greater things in triathlon. So how did it go this year so far?
This year so far has been really good. I did Wasaga Beach last weekend and managed to pull off the win. And I did my first cycling race at the Ontario Cycling Time Trial Championships the weekend before. And so yeah, so next weekend I'll be racing in Tempe, part of the Lifetime Fitness series. And then I'll be heading down to Puerto Rico for a Continental Cut race, and then likely finishing the season with the Lifetime Fitness finale in Oceanside, California.
Now, I know maybe part of the plans are you're going to move up here and do some training and racing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a definite possibility on the horizon. I also have been racing the Lifetime and the Rev 3 series primarily, and had a little bit of a little contact with some of the coaches up here actually, and so it's definitely a possibility on the horizon. Yeah.
All right. And then as far as next year goes, what are your big plans for that?
I guess similarly, hoping to do some of the 5150 series international races as part of a corporate sponsored triathlon tour team, and I'll be racing for Real Deal Performance, at least on the cycling side of things, and I'm hoping to do some more World Cup racing next year. So.
All right. All right, we're here with Garvin Moses. He was 3rd overall here at the Lakeside Duathlon, and the reason we're talking to him because I remember when Garvin did his first race on his road bike, blasting away, a great runner, and then lost a lot of time on the bike, but it's a long time since those days, and you know, rising to the top overall. So tell us about your race today and how you got to this point.
So yeah, I've been doing this for about 3 years. My first race was Toronto Island. I don't know, 3 years ago, 2000 whatever. Yeah, so basically, I don't know, just because I did track when I was in university, I wanted to kind of continue with that whole running competitiveness, but it wasn't really practical to be running track, so yeah, a friend told me about this, so I went out, bought myself a nice Cannondale road bike, and you know, went at it. And as was mentioned, my first race was interesting at best. You know, my first, actually, to be honest, I was actually late for that race because I got the wrong ferry. So when I got there, I get there and I said, okay, well, I'm ready to go. And this guy looks down and says, hey, do you have your anklet bracelet or your time chip? And I said, time chip? What time chip? And he goes, yeah, you need a time chip. So I'm running back, hurtling over bags and stuff. I get my time chip, run back, hurtling over bags again, and then they're already taken off. So I'm just ran right through it. So I did my race. You know, I thought I did okay, but I think for me the most memorable part of my first race was the fact that I couldn't sit down. It was one of those things where I was so tired I wanted to sit down. When I sat, it just, the hamstrings got so tight, so I just kind of laid down on the ground for a bit, and then my parents drove me home. So you know, I guess it was obvious that my biking was my weakest portion. More recently, I just joined a bike club just to kind of help with the whole biking aspect of things. I still do the running pretty consistently because that is what my forte is. Either I'll go by myself, I'll go with my girlfriend or friend. You know, if I'm going with a slower person, I'll say strap on some rollerblades and we'll just go together. And yeah, that kind of has been my progression to today. One of the things why I really like this series and like this race is just because I find that there's good people, it's a friendly atmosphere, everyone's encouraging, it's still competitive, don't get me wrong, but it's done in all good fun. So yeah, that's from there to here. And
yeah, it's quite awesome, and you're one of the good guys and good characters out here that make the series what it is. Now, let's talk about, you know, do you have any aspirations to maybe even go into triathlon one day? That's always the question for duathletes.
A little bit. It's because I guess the whole thing is it would be nice to do an Ironman someday, because as fun as the duathlons are, it's not an Ironman. And I don't want anybody to say anything bad about dudes because I love them, and you know, sometimes there could be even more hardcore than a tri, but it's just that whole idea of an Ironman would be nice. So it's just trying to find that time to get into the pool and do some laps. Because I don't want to be out there in the ocean or in the lake doing backstrokes, because that might not be good.
Yeah. Anyway, we could give you some stepping stones. You can always do Welland or the new Niagara Half, and you know, step on up from there. But congratulations for today.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.